Alright everyone, for this week we're going to do something different. This is a piece that our wonderful friend Frank has set in for critique, and I'm just going to go ahead and give my own opinions on it and a couple of things that could make it better. I've already drawn on this to preempt this video, that way you guys don't have to wait and watch me draw on screen with my mouse. So this is what the shot looks like currently. Just someone climbing out the ledge. And there are a couple of things that we can add to this. I might be nitpicking here, but by changing this cliffside or this rock or this ledge to a darker gray or like a lighter gray or some other color, it would be easier to see. Kind of just nitpicking. The next thing I would say though is we probably want to preempt this pose with the left hand first. We can have a gripping in the next pose, but I think there's still some breakdown that needs to happen between here and here. Additionally, this hand could be up here first. Then we see this hand grip right here, and then she flops onto the ledge. So there needs to be a little bit of a boost where the left hand is gripping the ledge first, and then have the character sort of burst upwards, and that's where she gets her energy. And I'm trying to get you guys to see the curve here. We are kind of finding our own motion, and the character is going through the upwards thrust, so we have to use that arm to sell it and then flop onto the ledge. Another thing back here is the neck is a little bit off. If you can kind of see where the neck is kind of careening. Additionally, to really sell the impact of this arm slamming down on this stone slab, it needs to be with either a closed fist or an open hand with the palm slaps onto the ledge. Then when you can really sell that impact. Yeah, and if we do a fist, then it's going to be the more or less the arm bearing the brunt of the weight of her falling down so suddenly. And yeah, just lean the head back a little bit right here. All right. Let's see. I think also the fist should be made sooner. It seems like it's a little bit lingering here. So let her gather up the strength by putting it into a fist. Just be careful with the head a little bit, I would say. I'm going to assume that the hair is going to come back at some point as well. I really like the forces that are sort of working in tandem with each other to try to pull her upwards. They sort of fight against each other, but that's the good part. One other thing I would mention is just to watch the left hand. It kind of stays the same. The wrist rotates, but it kind of just stays the same throughout the entire animations. But it should flex and it should twist a little bit depending on where the body is moving. So the pawn should be rotating a little bit more. Even if the full weight of the body is on it, it should still rotate and twist. Let's see, what else do I got? Alright, so this is a parallel line right here. Generally, I would like to avoid those. So if we can make this more of an arc, I think that would look a little bit more appealing. But if well, I don't know, if the reference looks just like this, I would stick closer to the reference. But I think this could still use some breaking down. Let's see. Also, I feel like the knee comes up a little bit too quick. give it a couple more frames. And the last thing here, as I sort of demonstrated, we know sort of by proportions and by this arm that this is not entirely straight, but we can't exactly see that. So this is one of the moments where I feel like animating to camera and sort of pulling out the elbow this way to really give us that bend would look really good. This is just sort of animating to camera so that the arm is not flat to screen. And just lastly, the neck angle is just a little bit severe. I don't. This feels uncomfortable to me. So we probably want to push this up a little bit. I mean, this is our collar right here, right? And we'll we'll pull the head. We'll pull the head back and pull it up as well. And we're probably gonna have to move the sword a little bit more towards this way, so it's aligning with our back, and so it doesn't block our face, so we get that nice silhouette. Alright, that's all I have for this week. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you in the next post.